Hey guys, here's another video of me explaining the story of my life. If you want to find me explaining more stories about my life, you just kind of have to scroll down my playlists and find the playlist. But, basically this story is how I got away from a kidnapper. And this was back in 2016. 2016, my god, that was a long time ago. But, in 2016, I was in a gas station, and I walked up to try to go find drinks, and when I was looking for a drink, this random grown man stand next to me, and he also opened the fridge next to me, and he said, hey kid, how's it going? And then I said, good. And then I just continued scrolling through, not expecting him to say anything else. Trust me, if a random dude talks to you, then make sure you fully can tell that he's friendly, because you never know. Anyways, then he asked me if I was all alone. I said no, because my parents were there. And then when I grabbed my drink, I was about to shut the door, but when I was shutting the door, the more I shut it, the closer he was getting. So I didn't really express too much concern about it, but eventually, right when I was about to close the door, he gave a really hard stomp towards me with his hand coming out like that. So what I did is I had to push the door into him, and then quickly run to my mom, who wasn't that far away. She was like right next to me. She didn't really notice it, because the dude was kind of stealthing. He was hiding behind the shelves and kind of whispering so only I'd hear him. But yeah, but nowadays everything's changed. I don't really get chased by people no more. I'm more smart not to fall for something like that again. That was just a misunderstanding back in the day. But, oh my gosh. I mean, even if he did grab me, my mom would have probably slapped him in the face. But, yeah, that was the time where I escaped getting, grabbed by a kidnapper. And, before I end this video, one quick little note to YouTube. YouTube, this is just me explaining a story, alright? I've heard about a few other people who have explained, how they survived kidnapping. Survived getting kidnapped, so YouTube. I thought it'd be okay if I just explain when it happened to me, you know? Yeah. It's just been like longer than a decade ago, so I'm not really traumatized no more. But I'm glad I'm okay, so I can still be here for my family and for my friends and for y'all, you know? There's actually there's actually another story I want to tell y'all, which I'll tell y'all in like maybe a few days. This story about this teenager who used to be in my town. So yeah, again, YouTube, this is just me explaining a story, alright? This is not for any harm or nothing. Alright, this is also just to continue that playlist explaining stories throughout my life, you know? So yeah. I actually have so many stories in my life that I actually find kind of fun to talk to about, especially on YouTube, you know.